Hello? Hello, hello? Sorry, I should have had my background music ready. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Ah. Sure, we'll do that for now. That's fine. Hello, everybody. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Shadowbean. Why is my YouTube freaking out? That's interesting. Okay, cool. I don't know why, Shadowbean. YouTube decided to, I guess, translate. Hello, Kiwi. It decided to translate hi bun into hello, good. Wait, why is it doing that? Why is it showing 2 different messages when I hover over it? I'm confused. It's doing the same to Kiwi. Sorry about that, Shadowbean. Last weekend was Memorial Weekend, and we had to go hang out with family. So we were literally gone like that whole weekend. All right. I will say, this upcoming Saturday, the... what is it? The 6th? I will most likely be moving that stream to... either... maybe Friday or Sunday? I'll figure it out. But we're going to be seeing The Amazing Digital Circus on that day, since the final episode is releasing in theaters this week. I believe, like, the first showing is, like, on Thursday, I want to say. Thursday the 4th, maybe? But we will be seeing The Amazing Digital Circus, but we'll be seeing it on Saturday. So I have to move that stream so that we can see it. But it's gonna be moved instead of, like, taken out, so there will be an art stream. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm figuring it out. What is this flow state? What is that? Flow state? This stream loading screen is so cute. Thank you! Where, as you can see, there's some upgrades happening. Upgrades, people, upgrades! I've been slowly changing stuff for the channel. So, the stream loading screens have changed. I'm very happy with how they turned out. There is a dragon bun one for the gaming streams, and there's a witch bun one for the art streams. I'm super happy with how they turned out. If I can manage it, the next thing that's going to be changing is how, like, the YouTube banners and icons look, if I can manage that. I would like to get my sprites also updated before Art Fight, but considering how it's almost Pride Month, we'll see. Because I'd like to do some videos for Pride Month. I've gotta make my tiefling girl smooch, you know? So, we'll see. I want to at least post one Pride Month video where I draw my silly little tieflings being girlfriends. But this month is literally going to be me trying to get in all of the changes that I can before Art Fight, so I have updated assets and stuff. I also want to add some, like, more Art Fight assets that y'all can download and apply to your Art Fight profiles if you so wish to. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that, on my Ko-fi, there are downloadable Art Fight stuff that you can use to decorate your page if you want to. That was a chat thing unlocked last year that is in my Ko-fi, and it is for free to download. Just in case you want to spiffy up your profile with some Ataris and throw them on there. My little bean. Where is he? This little guy. If you want this little guy on your Ko-fi page, that stuff's for free on Ko-fi. On the Art Fight page. Ah! I can't speak English. I have really good news, though. What's the good news, Shadowbean? I love hearing good news. I love a slew of good news. And while we're staring at this guy, I'm gonna explain who this guy is. You got a job! Congratulations! That's awesome! Your first job? Oh my gosh, what a milestone. What a milestone. I remember my first job. I worked at Panera Bread. Congrats, I hope it's not shitty. Me too! Was it bad? Was it bad? Was it bad? That is a good question. It was not for me. So, the thing I've discovered... We might as well go into, like, mini story time before I go back to working on this guy. So, my very first job, I worked at Panera Bread when I was in high school because I wanted to make some money for myself since I would be the one paying for my college tuition. That, and also I wanted to start paying for stuff myself. I didn't want to rely on my family for that. So I started working at Panera Bread with a couple of my friends who also worked there. Two of my best friends, they worked there at Panera as well. They worked there first before I joined in. And it was close to home. I could take the bus. You know, it was all fine and dandy for like the first, I want to say, month while I was still learning everything. I will say Panera Bread was probably the gateway to what made me realize that I want nothing to do with food and beverage. Now keep in mind, this wasn't my only food and bev job, but like it was the gateway to me going like, I just don't like working with food. But on the Panera Bread side of things, keep in mind, not everything was bad. You know, one of my favorite parts of the job was when there's freshly baked bread that you take out of the oven. Something really fun that they do is that when you take it out of the oven, you get to yell hot bread. And me, being the little weirdo that I am, I got really excited. Now, you could say that's the tism talking, and I would agree with you. because I got too excited about yelling hot bread, and I made it my mission every single time to be the one to take out the bread from the oven as it's freshly baked, and I would yell hot bread, not scream. I would project my voice as loud as I could to say hot bread every single time. And the amount of times I've scared my coworkers, I've scared customers, I've scared, like, the managers, several times. I scared a little old lady once. She was shocked. Like, I feel a little bad now looking back on it, because I was just way too excited about it. But at the same time, like, when you're trying to find joy where you can, right? Another little funny thing is that they had Post-it notes lying around, and every time I was bored, I would doodle in the sticky notes. No, I did not get fired for that. Somehow they let it slide. I didn't even get a talking to for it. Unironically. But yeah, I would take the sticky notes and I would doodle in them. And I would hide them all over the Panera bread. So it could be, I don't know. It could be that still to this day, there might still be little Ataris hiding in that Panera bread. Like, a good portion of them have been found. I did find that out the last time I checked in that Panera bread, like a year after I left to go work at, I think it was Universal. But I'm pretty sure there is at least one Atari that has not been found, because it is in the, like, Panera has a really weird, like, little desk thing, because it has a lot of little shelves, very, very tiny shelves, that I guess you're, like, hold on. I can actually, let me do this for you guys. So, from the back view, right? From the back view, say this is part of the counter, say the register's, like, right here, this is the register, here's some, like, shitty little bread, right? So, in the back, there's, like, these little, like, shelf slots, right? Where you could put, like, papers and Post-it notes and, like, stuff, right? And for some reason, in the design, they would put, along with the normal size shelf, these itty-bitty little shelves. Itty-bitty. Tiny. Now, at first, keep in mind, we never used them. And I thought it was just to put bread, right? But who would put just naked bread in there, right? Who would even put, like, bagged bread in there? Right? It was just a really weird shelf. It was a really long shelf, too. So, one of my hiding places was those weird little shelves that no one ever uses. It never gets dusted, coated in dust. And my arm was tiny enough for me to shove the Post-it note all the way back into that drawer. And I was the only person who could fit my entire arm into that tiny little shelf. That's why I'm confident that it's still there to this day. That's why I'm so confident it's still there. Because, like, it is a small drawer. And no one ever went back there. And the next time I'm in the area, I'm going to check. I need to know. It's been a thing that I've thought about for, like, years. I'm like, is that still there? It has to be still there. Like, no one ever touched it. How long have you been working? When I started, like, I think I worked there for, like, I want to say less than a year. It wasn't... No, at least a year. I think at least a year. Because I worked there till, like, just before I graduated. Because I'm pretty sure in, like, my last 2 months of high school, I got accepted at Universal. I want to say. So about, like, a year, maybe less than a year. I wasn't there for too long. But those were the little fun parts of it. The parts that weren't fun was the fact that for Panera Bread, there's, like, a bunch of different stations, right? There's a bunch of different stations that people get assigned to. You have the drive-thru, you have salad station, sandwich station, you have the bakery station, and then you have the registers. So I got stuck on the salad station, and one thing y'all need to know about me is that I have horrible memory. I also panic very easily in fast-paced environments. I've gotten better at it, of course. It's been years. I've gotten better at those skills. I can work in more fast-paced environments. I worked at the theme parks, right? The fastest of environments. But back then, when I was in high school, I was terrible because I would get too nervous and I would start forgetting things and panicking. So several times the manager would have to reteach me the salad station because the next day when I go in, I would forget how to, like, the most popular salads. Because when, like, on the little, like, screen for the food, whenever people put in the order, it puts in the ingredients, right? And you put them together like that, and there's a specific order you have to do. So for, like, at least, I want to say 2 months, I would have to get retaught the salad station until I got it down pat. And even then, I fucking hated doing the salad. I hated doing the salad. It was awful. The salads, I think I still have a vendetta against salads to this day. It was terrible. I wanted to do the drive-through station so bad so I could make the smoothies. I wanted to make the smoothies so bad. That was the station of my dreams, the smoothie station. Yeah, no. Despite how many times I asked to do the drive-through, they were like, "You want to do sandwiches? You want to do sandwiches?" And I was like, "No, that's even worse. That's more steps than the salads. And you have to toast or not toast the breads. You're crazy. I'm good." But by the time they were trying to get me to do the sandwiches, they really wanted me to do the sandwich station. And I was like, no. By the time they wanted me to do the sandwich station, I had already put my 2 weeks in because I was going to Universal. But it was just crazy. I was like, heck no. Yeah, no. Aside from that, there's also, you don't get that much increased pay. Is terrible for raises. I remember one time I asked how much it would be to get a raise. You know, at some point when I was there for like a certain amount of time, I was like, hey, at one point do I get like a raise for how long I stay here? And the manager looked at me and they said it would be like a 25-cent raise. And I was like, ooh, I will not be here for long then. That's crazy. But not only that, my memory's a little foggy about this part because I didn't really pay much attention to it, but there was a lot of drama in that Panera Bread. I have to ask my friends if they remember the ancient tea. But if I remember correctly, there was a lot of drama at that Panera Bread. Drama that your girl was not involved with because she was too busy trying to keep an eye on the baking bread so she could yell hot bread. So, you know. But at some point, I'll find the scoop for y'all so I can let y'all know what the bread drama was about. But I know there was something going on. I just was not involved with it whatsoever. I was too focused on other things. Alright. We working at box lunch? Oh, nice. Sweet. I like box lunch. Box lunch is a fun shop. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's fun for you. Word of advice for your first job, because you said this was your first job, right, Shadowbean? Word of advice. You will be standing for a good amount of time. I don't know if you're doing part-time or full-time, but regardless, depending on how many shifts you pick up, you will be standing for a lot longer than what you're used to, most likely. Especially if if you sit down and draw a lot, right? Get cushions for your shoes. And whenever you're able to, get steel toe shoes. It's more useful in food and bev, but if you happen to drop a box on your foot, the steel toe shoes will reduce the pain. They're mostly recommended for food and bev because, you know, obviously knives and stuff, if they happen to fall and it catches in the steel toe, it's not going to cut you. But it's also very useful for when you drop stuff on your foot. Because I'm pretty sure for box lunch you're going to be carrying around a lot of product. That's what I would recommend. I had steel toes at one point, but they got worn down. Oh boy. But yeah, I would definitely recommend shoe cushions and steel toe shoes. That is my word of advice. Passed down ancient wisdom from a wizened soul who's been through quite a few jobs. Those things will be your grace, your saving grace. I'm trying to think of what else. What other advice do I have to give? Water bottle. Should always bring a water bottle if you don't want to spend money on buying drinks every time you're doing your shift. A water bottle would be nice, especially when it gets hot. I know it's an indoor shop, but you never know. You always gotta stay hydrated. Let me see. Whoops, I almost did not resume the recording for this. There we go. Why is it selecting the entire damn canvas? There we go. Yeah, I always recommend it because, I learned that in Panera Bread because I kept picking up shifts and my feet would burn by the end of the day. I got more used to it with Universal because I had longer shifts over there, like 8-hour shifts back to back. So at some point I got used to it. So now I can walk for a little bit, but I've kind of regressed because I've been mainly indoors since then. I've lost a lot of my, like, proficiencies since working in the theme parks. Oh my goodness. I used to walk so much. I used to get so many steps in when I used to work for parades and Disney. Now, no steps. I get no steps in. I am simply here drawing. But yeah, you will be standing a lot more than what you're used to, so fair warning, your feet might burn a little. Your feet gonna burn. Let's actually do these. First, I have to fix this. We're actually going to take out these little ringlets right here, just because I want to shade them on their own, because they're going to be facing a little bit of a different direction. Also, I hope you guys are ready for art fight. I'll be working on the art fight guide soon. I just needed to, today we're going to be working on some of the stuff that's going to be like background footage for it. I just need to write the script for it and then put it all together. Did you get a few jobs or were... So, the total amount of jobs that I've had, my first one was Panera Bread. After Panera Bread, I worked for Universal for a little bit. I started off in food and bev, and that was the one that made me realize I never want to work in food and bev ever again. So I didn't. I changed to attractions. And with attractions, my first ever thing for there, I got put over in the Camp Jurassic area. I actually really love it. I still really like it to this day, honestly, the Jurassic Park area. If I was to ever go back and work for Universal, I would try to go back to Camp Jurassic. It was just a really fun time. Which is ironic, because I generally don't like working with kids because I just hate their parents. The amount of times you tell a child, hey, don't climb that, and then the parents are like, hey, don't yell at my kid, and I'd be like, I wouldn't be yelling at your kid if you guys could read the sign to not climb that thing you shouldn't be climbing. You know, it's the parents that always drive you crazy. Oh my goodness. Especially if there's a, hey, make sure your kids wear their shoes, and yet there's like several kids running around without shoes. It's disgusting. Especially because toddlers poop in the little water pools. Ah! It's crazy! But aside from that, Camp Jurassic's kind of the exception. It was just, it's such a fun place to work, because then you get to just rattle off dinosaur knowledge and not be weird about it. I also got to carry around a little dinosaur plushie on me, and it was my little baby, and I lost it at some point. But, I did Camp Jurassic at Universal. Then COVID happened. And then after COVID, I went to go work at Disney. And then for Disney, I did parades and fireworks. I fucking hate Disney. At some point, these things will have their own, like, story time videos. It's been, like, an on-again, off-again, like, script that I've been thinking of. And at that point, I'll go more into detail, because, like, Disney's wild, dude. Disney's crazy. Like, I would not recommend Disney for the faint of heart. You have to be willing to take, like, verbal abuse from the tourists. Because they'll act like just because they spent some money that they own the park, and it's like, okay, cool, I get that you spent a lot of money, but that doesn't mean, like, there's no rules. The rules are here to make sure that you still have a good time. And I think we're all missing that part. But yeah, no, Disney's wild. I would not recommend working at Disney unless you, like, got the spine for it. It's crazy. And then after I worked at Disney, eventually I went back to Universal because I just wasn't enjoying it there, and I missed Universal. I went back to Universal and I worked at, like, the little kid zone area before they closed it for the new DreamWorks one. They wouldn't last long if they act like that. Oh, hold on, give me a second. I have to understand that sentence in my head. Who, the tourists or the people working there? Because if you're referring to the people working there, you would be surprised how many, like, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed youngins join in thinking they're gonna have a magical time, and then they get verbally abused by a tourist for the first time ever, and they're horrified. The tourists. For the tourists, oh my god. It's 50-50. It's honestly so 50-50. It depends on the lead you have, because if a tourist starts yelling at you and, you know, misbehaving, it is a 50-50 on whether you'll have a lead come over and either A, stand up for you and the park rules and tell the tourists to shut that shit up, or B, bend over backwards, sucking up to them and giving them freebies just so they don't get any madder. It was such a 50-50. That was another thing that I really didn't like. That, like, a lot of the times, a lot of the upper management just didn't have any backbones, or they were so worn down from years of doing this that they just did not care anymore. And they would basically let the tourists do whatever they want, making you look like, you know, you were wrong, but you weren't. It was crazy. And it's not just a thing for Disney, too. That's happened also at Universal, because obviously Universal also deals with crazy tourists. But it's not I wouldn't say as much frequency as Disney. Which, now I have to think of... Now I have to think of the... How often has it resorted to physical violence? Who has the higher counter? I'm not sure. Now, unfortunately, I've been involved in more physical altercations at Universal than I have at Disney. Which is really ironic on my part. But at the same time, I wasn't working attractions at Disney, so I can't give like a fair comparison. I'd have to ask my buddies, because they also work at Disney. And they did attractions for quite some time, so I have to ask them. Because I can't give a fair enough comparison, because I worked fireworks and parades at Disney, but I worked attractions at Universal. And those are two very different fields. In terms of, like, guest flow and interaction with tourists. So, I'm unsure. I almost witnessed a fight break out during one of the fireworks, though. There was that. That was a wild time. Now I have to really think about it. No, I feel like a lot more of my old coworkers got into altercations than I did. The only thing is that I was just basically verbally abused all the time. But I feel like that was my aura at the time, you know? I feel like that's what people saw when they looked at me, and they were like, yeah, if I yell at her enough, then I can just get away scot-free. I had to learn to toughen up. Toughen up and bear it. But I will say Disney did enhance the way I can project my voice. Because during a lot of times, there are sections of the parades where you would have to spiel to let people know that once the parade starts coming, you can't keep crossing the little section, the pathways, because obviously you could get hit by the parade. And you would be surprised how many people turn off their ears during those spiels if you're not loud enough. So they just walk across the damn parade very, very close to the dancers, and you have to yell at them and stop them. I've stopped so many children from trying to walk into the parade floats, trying to say hello to the princesses. And I've gotten so many angry parents telling me, what are you doing? And I'm like, trying to keep your kid from getting injured. So, it's crazy. Did your coworkers get fired for any physical altercations? No. No. I don't remember anyone getting fired for it, because all of them were stopped, right? Before it got to a crazy point. And I'm trying to make sure I'm remembering this correctly, because there was one person who a tourist was, like, instigating it and asking for a fight, and a lot of staff had to stop them. I think maybe, I don't even know if he got a write-up for it, because the guest was instigating it. I think the only time I ever heard about someone getting fired that was, like, in parades, was it even in parades or was it entertainment? I don't remember. I just know there was a really crazy time where I heard from one of my coworkers that someone got fired for sexual harassment. And I was like, huh? Oh, that's crazy. And I kept eating my sandwich. As you can see, your girl's tries to stay drama-free. Every time there's, like, something happening, I'm like, damn, that's crazy, and I keep eating my food. But no, I don't think anyone got fired over a physical altercation, at least not to my knowledge. None that I've heard of. But that could very well be different now, but then again, I don't know how the parades function nowadays. I don't even know if they still have, like, the little mini cavalcades. God, I don't miss those. I really don't, especially Tinkerbell. Her ass, slow as fuck. I bet the tourists were kicked out of Universal for the... No. No. Universal is like Disney in regards to, they won't do it unless they absolutely have to. Unless it's that serious, generally they don't get kicked out. Now, unless they physically touch someone, then they're gonna get the police on them. I know that from the, one of the times that I got, like, physically assaulted. In a very weird place, by the way. This was at, like, the Seuss trolley train ride. This is the last place someone should be touching a cast member. Like, not even the Hulk? Not even Velocicoaster? I could understand. People get really feisty over there because of the lockers, but no. The Seuss trolley train ride. A kids ride. It's wild. It's crazy. But, no, yeah, the security was called in that situation, but they couldn't find the person who did it, so I don't know if any action came of it. I'm not sure. I wasn't told if they ever found them. But in cases where, like, a cast member does get, like, hurt or like, touched, like, they do call security, and I believe they get escorted to guest services, and they determine whether they need to kick that person out or not. But in other situations where it doesn't result in physical altercations, the only thing that can happen is them getting kicked off the ride. But then they can always just come back later. You know? So it really just depends. Because at the end of the day, you gotta remember that these guys want money. And they're not gonna make it easy for the guests who spent their money to come over to ride the rides and do stuff for them to, you know, not be able to do what they came to spend their money to do. Because imagine the amount of complaints they would get to be like, hey, I spent all this money and I got kicked out. Now, Reason would say, hey, you kind of fucked up, you know? You shouldn't be surprised. But, you know, some people just aren't smart, you know? Some people just don't put one and two together like, hey, if you act like a shitbag, you're gonna get treated like one. And that's crazy. That's the part that I always have to think back on every single time that I'm going to the theme parks as a guest, back when I used to do it. Even before I started working at the parks, it just never occurred to me to behave like that. You know what I mean? Like, when I go to the theme parks and a delay happens on the ride or something doesn't go my way, I don't make it a scene to immediately assume that all the workers are against me and they're trying to ruin my vacation. No, my first thought is, oh man, there must be something going on behind the scenes. Like, oh hey, maybe the ride is having an issue. Oh man, maybe something's up with some of the cast members. I don't know. I'll go do something else. And that's the thing that always appalls me. Like, it's not my first thought to act like that. Like, that's crazy. My first thought isn't to yell at a cast member going like, why can't I ride this ride? Why can't I ride this ride? It's been an hour. Why is this ride still closed? Meanwhile, it's an outdoor ride that can't function when there's lightning within a certain amount of distance, and I look up and there's still lightning and thunder going. You don't know how many times I've had people come up to me and go like, why is most of Islands of Adventure closed when Islands of Adventure is mainly comprised of outdoor rides that cannot operate when lightning is within 5 to 10 miles of the park? That's crazy. You went to Islands of Adventure on a day it was supposed to rain and lightning. Wild. I always tell people, go to studios. Go to studios. If you have a 2-park pass, go to studios. If you don't, I don't know, pray that there's like not a crazy wait time on Spider-Man right now. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't check the weather. Because mind you, there's other stuff to do. There's shows and stuff that you can watch. You can also just go eat and hope the weather clears up. But at the same time, we don't control the weather. That's not a thing that cast members do. We don't control the weather. That was the part that always drove me crazy. It's like, why are you still closed? Well, do you hear the lightning? Or sorry, do you see the lightning? Do you hear the thunder? It was crazy. I want a brighter tone for this. But you know, aside from that, it was a really fun job. It had its moments, but overall, I would still go back and do it. Which, by the way, I haven't even mentioned my experience working during Halloween Horror Nights. That was a thing I did for 1 year. That's a completely different experience, surprisingly. But I'm gonna save that for another time. But aside from that, it's just crazy. So I guess your current job is you streaming? Kind of, yeah. I've been mainly focusing on YouTube recently. Just because I want to put more effort into it, because at some point, you know, I hadn't been uploading a lot or streaming a lot because I was so busy, and that kind of tanked a lot of the stuff I built up in terms of like viewers and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna put some focus on it for a little bit and see how it goes. But for now, I'm having fun. I also have like some other side stuff going on. I've been selling like buttons and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm focusing on YouTube. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so let's select. Why are you still... What? Why are you... Ah! Oh yeah, I've had a very interesting working time, and that's not even to mention the job I had after Universal, but I can't quite talk about that one for a little bit. And it'll make sense when I finally do. But for that one, I have to keep in my back pocket for now. I have to wait a little bit before I can talk about that one. But that one, I swear, I got so many gray hairs from that one alone. Man, I shouldn't have... God damn it. I have to reselect all this now. don't want any weird in-between lines, so we're gonna clear up these ones too. Take out these ones. Please. There we go. Yeah, it'd be like that. It just depends on like the time and day and stuff. Because sometimes I see a lot of people joining in more towards the evening. And sometimes when I stream earlier, I have more people that way. It just really depends. I also need to start scheduling my streams more ahead of time so that way people can put alarms for it. There we go. And then I realized I never talked about this guy. So this kobold is my husband's character that he's going to be playing for a one-shot, and he asked me to make his little thingy for him. I have never drawn a kobold. Hello, Kiwi. Waterboard check. Is this water old? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hi, why are you walking like that? Pull up your pants.
Come at the request.
Can you give me some water?
Oh, fuck!
Please?
Sure.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
With ice?
Uh-huh.
Ah! I am my husband. Thank you, hun. What do you think of your little guy? Yeah.
Oh, I love the tail. The snake on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little bone on the end. It's
Yeah,
funny.
because we talked about how you wanted like some sort of like animal skull on him, right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought it. Look, his tail's like the little tongue.
I love it.
How's the headdress?
The feathers need to be brighter.
Brighter?
Brighter. As bright as the sun.
Okay.
I want them to be obnoxiously bright.
It's already obnoxiously big.
I know. That's kind of the point. Obnoxiously big, obnoxiously bright.
You know this has to look good, right?
It does look good.
Yeah. I'm trying to make everything work with this man's skin tone. How about this? I'll make the yellow and the red brighter. I feel like the blue is already pretty bright.
Okay.
I just still wanted to give sunset colors, you know?
Yeah.
You said you wanted to look like the rising sun.
Mm-hmm. But you yes.
Yes. Yeah? I'm currently working on this like little headdress, trying to get in the shadows and stuff.
It's good.
Thank you. This is gonna... She shouldn't take too much longer, actually. Because I gotta put the pattern in his little Strixhaven ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't look so boring against all of this. And after shading, he kind of should be done, actually.
Okay. Is that when you're gonna move on to the other thing I asked you to do? The token?
I haven't sketched out the token. I was gonna work on Mori.
Okay. All good.
Depending, because it's already 6:58.
Yes, yeah.
What do you mean? I try to keep these streams 2 hours long so we don't go till midnight.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm gonna start cooking here soon. So you take your time, and then I'll just bring you dinner.
But my deck building.
Your deck building can wait.
No.
Yes.
Honey, I'm gonna have a whole month of streaming till midnight very soon.
That is also very, very true.
I think you forget we're getting closer and closer to July. The month where you won't see me. I'll be in the hole the entire month. Except for the first week of July, right? Saturday? We were doing something that Saturday, right?
Are we?
I think we are.
Yes, we're gonna do a 4th of July type of thing for all of our friends.
That's right, okay.
Alright. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Thank you for the water.
Of course.
Alright. He is indeed a very silly. To clean this up. He's in fact so silly that sometimes I want to strangle him because he keeps making meme references. He hit me with the 6-7 earlier today. And I wanted to wring him like a gummy worm. what's that other meme? We were talking about something the other day, and I said something, and what is that meme? Was I talking about the bear deck I was building? It was something like I said an animal, and then he says beats Battlestar Galactica, and I was like, what the, huh? What was it? What animal is it? Was it bears? Was I talking about bears? I don't remember. But either way, apparently he can get away with naming memes, and I can't. And for those of you curious about the ghosts I was talking about, before we started stream, I was trying to improve my ghost deck for Magic. I was making changes to it, and I got to a specific point where I was like, oh man, I gotta start looking up cards, and then I looked at the time and I was like, oh man, I gotta go start stream. Because we went out today and we got a few cards and stuff, so I was trying to make improvements to the deck, because at some point, once we get Cass back on to play some Magic, I want to start using that deck once Cass feels brave enough to use some custom decks. Once we graduate from pre-cons, I should say. I'll probably use that one, because that one's one of the lower bracket ones I have, and by bracket, it's like a intensity, I should say. The best example I can give is that if someone says they have a bracket 5 deck, that means they can end the game on like turn 2, if not turn 1. It's that crazy once you go higher up on the ladder. It's insane. I refuse to play competitive Magic because of that. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Ending the game on turn 1 is diabolical, and I know it's completely possible. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome back. Do I like anime? Yes, I do. I'm currently watching Witch Hat Atelier, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I would highly recommend if you like fantasy anime. I absolutely adore it. It's so gorgeous. And the animation, delicious. should probably color the lines so I can better visualize this. Hello, Ches! Why is YouTube just weirdly translating everyone's hellos? I'm so confused. Why is it saying this is a different language, but it's not? YouTube, you crazy. Like, Ches, you're not the only one it's doing this to. It did this to who was it? It was Kiwi and Shadowbean, I think? Yeah, it was Kiwi and Shadowbean. That YouTube decided to translate their message, even though their message was still in English, so I'm like, hello? It was weird. Those lines later. Just want to make sure I know what it looks like with these. You forgot stream was today. To be fair, we didn't have one last week because I was gone for Memorial Weekend. Do you ignore the people who think that anime is weird, call you a weeboo? That's a weird question because I haven't really... I feel like anime's been a lot more accepted within the past few years, so I haven't had anything like that happen. Definitely when I was younger. But I didn't really think of it too much because that's just opinions, right? It's like, listen, I'm gonna enjoy watching Fruits Basket. Like, it's not gonna change that. Especially because a lot of people also thought, like, the American cartoons were anime, and I was like, what are you talking about? Hello, Ramon Sanchez! Welcome to the stream! But yeah, no, I don't really mind it. They can say whatever they want. They're missing out on a whole, like, medium to enjoy, and that's on them. So, I don't really pay it no mind. Also, I don't think watching anime alone makes you a weeboo. I feel like there's more criteria for that. So they would just also be factually wrong. How was your Memorial Weekend? Oh, long. Very long. Oh my god, it was such a long weekend. We went to go see family, and that was fun. But, man, 4 days is too many days to sleep in a bed that is like sleeping on a plank of wood. You know? Aside from the lack of sleep, it was a fun weekend. We got to spend time with family. We got to go try out some stuff. We got to wait like an hour and a half for a restaurant that was actually pretty good. But yeah, it was just a standard, like, hanging out with family, catching up. My husband getting a lot of questions about the military and stuff like that. And me just sitting in the corner eating chips while he just suffers in the corner. I also spent the weekend reading whenever we had downtime. I started reading the Strixhaven Omens of Chaos book. And it's actually pretty good. I've been very much enjoying it. I think it's a good little read. It's a very nice book. I haven't finished it yet, but I got, like, I think halfway through the book, and I so far really like the characters. My only thing is, you do need to have a little bit of knowledge of Magic the Gathering. There's nothing that, like, Googling can't answer for you, though, if you're confused on, like, what's happening or what they're talking about when they talk about omen paths. They do explain it to you. But it's a lot easier if you have, like, the prior context, especially because they do bring up characters from Magic's lore, like some of the Planeswalkers. So, you know, if you're not into Magic and you want to read it, I'm not gonna lie, you might have to do a little bit of Googling to understand some of the stuff that they're talking about. But they do try their best to explain it for like, new readers and stuff. But it even took me a second. I had to look up a few things because, hold on. Do I have the book on me right now? I do not. That's downstairs. There was one thing that I was like, what the heck is this? And I kept rereading it because I'm like, what is this? And I asked my husband and he was like, oh, it's this thing. And I was like, ah! I did not know about that. Are you a fan of Ghibli films? I am. I love them. My favorite one... I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure has to be Kiki's Delivery Service, but Howl's Moving Castle is a close second. Yeah, I think my tier list would have to go Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and then Ponyo. I still haven't seen The Cat Returns. I still need to watch that one. It looks really cute, though. It looks like it might sit above Ponyo in my list. I still need to see My Neighbor Totoro. The Boy and the Heron? I have not seen that yet, actually. I've been meaning to, but my husband and I have such a backlog of stuff to watch. We're still catching up. Which we started another season of Doctor Who. We're still on the 13th Doctor. We're on the second season of the 13th Doctor. And we were watching a video while I was fixing up my Ghost deck because he was building his Pokemon TCG Tyrantrum deck. Because I've been trying to get him into playing the Pokemon TCG. And while we were working on our decks and stuff, oh my god, he kept complaining about the episode. He kept complaining about the episode. Oh my gosh! Every other minute he would be like, that doesn't make any sense! It was so funny, but after like the 5th complaint, I was like, alright honey, if you're gonna complain during the entire episode, we could skip the whole season. I do not care. I will read a synopsis on all the big lore details that drop during the season. I don't care, but if I'm gonna be hearing like 50 complaints every episode, we could skip it. I have to draw the line somewhere. But man, it was so funny, and then I was like, alright, this is getting a little old. This is getting a little much. You know, I haven't been able to see the Boy and the Heron yet. At some point, though, because it is on my list of things to watch. So I also still have to watch the other Ghibli movies. At some point I want to do like a marathon with my husband. Because I know at some point during the year, they start showing the Ghibli movies in theaters. So at some point I want us to do that. I think it's during the summer, actually. I think that's coming up. Let's give some shading. To these right here. I should change this color right here. It's mixing too much in with the horns, because it looks like it's part of the horns, but it's not. I'll figure out. Oh! Actually, what we can do instead is give it a nice little pattern. An engraving, if you will. Confused Matthew, who said that he can't stand anime and he doesn't understand why people would like it. That's his prerogative. I mean, it is what it is. If he doesn't like anime, sure, but that's a whole medium that he's like writing off, you know what I mean? It's like, do you not like anime or do you not like a specific anime, right? Like, does he think that all anime is like Dragon Ball Z or something? Who knows? Who's to say? Or does he just not like the art style? That's fine, but does he like Western cartoons? You know, it's his opinion at the end of the day. I think he's missing out on a lot of really great media. I also think it's a really silly why if he states like, I don't know why anyone watches it. Well, clearly people like it because it's, you know, good to them, right? There's your answer. You do know why, right? You know, that's just how it is. I don't know how people like horror movies, but I'm not gonna say that all horror movies are bad. Like, I legitimately can't say that because, you know, from what I've seen, there's a lot of horror movies that have, you know, had great impact on film in general because horror movies have pioneered, you know, special effects in makeups and props. You know, so it would be really silly for me to say all horror movies are bad. Right? It just wouldn't make any sense. Now, I can say I don't like horror movies. I don't enjoy any horror movies. I can say that. But I find it really silly when someone's just like, I don't know how someone, you know, likes this, right? Because you can. You do know why. Because they enjoy it. Because something about it speaks to them. Right? It's those dismissive sentences that always rub me the wrong way, because it's just like, no, you do know why, right? Like, in a more, like, intense term, I can't say, I don't know why people like AI, right? Because I do know why. Because a lot of people want convenience over quality. Right? I do know why. Which is why I say, I don't like AI. Right? Because I don't like it. But I do know why other people turn to it, despite, you know, everything. Not to get into it. We're not going to get into an AI rant today. But as an example of something that I personally do not like and don't think should be as big of a thing as it is. But I can still understand why some people turn to it despite everything. Right? That's why it's always so weird. But that's just my thought about it. I think he's being really silly. I think he can just say, I don't like anime, and then just be done with it. He's not gonna kill the anime industry. It's already too late for it. Demon Slayer's already taken over the West, basically. We're just waiting for the final movie to drop. Unless it already dropped. I don't know. I don't know. I remember Infinity Castle Part 1 dropped. I don't know if Part 2 dropped yet. I am unsure. Because, like, it's grown a lot since a few years ago. Oh my goodness. It's, like, literally basically mainstream. that much. Yeah, it's just the whole thing of separating your absolute opinion versus absolute fact. I think is something that some people forget to consider when they're covering stuff on YouTube. I try to be careful of that myself as well. Sometimes I end up slipping. But I try to keep the thought that my opinion is not absolute fact. Like, even if I feel strongly about something, I have to acknowledge the fact that there are so many different views on it that my opinion cannot be absolute fact because there are too many, like, other facts. For a broader term. And these past 2 videos that I've put out were kind of like a testing ground. Because I don't really like speaking on specific stuff just because I'm really bad in the moment, right? Because my brain moves faster, or sorry, my mouth moves faster than my brain. So sometimes I say things the wrong way. And then I look back and I'm like, oh no, I meant to say it like this, right? And even when I'm writing scripts and stuff, sometimes it turns out that way because then I start typing faster than what I'm thinking of. And I don't realize it till I'm listening back to the recording and I'm like, oh man. So these past 2 videos were a bit of an experiment to see if I could trust myself to do more in-depth analysis stuff. So we'll see. Probably not more drama-related content, because I don't particularly enjoy it. Especially because I found for some of the comments on the first one is that some people were a little bit missing the point. Or they misinterpreted something I said. And it became exhausting to reply the same thing to everybody, you know? So that's another thing I have to take into consideration if I wanted to do more of the drama content, which I don't. It's kind of just exhausting. I do think I would like to do, like, analysis videos on, like, different pieces of media that I enjoy. Especially, like, older media. Right? I would love to do a video talking about this old-ass MMO that I used to play as a kid that I wish would come back, called Free Realms. I loved that thing. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. It just depends. I know people like to keep their channels focused on one thing, but I kind of want to branch out into a lot of different things. I came back to anime talk. Yeah, I think that's the problem with the internet, Cynthia. That's just the problem. I think people forget that their opinions are not fact. And I feel like that's the energy people keep bringing into it, and I feel like that's why Twitter is as bad as it is. And despite the fact that I'm not going to change the entirety of Twitter's attitude just on my one lonesome, I hope that, you know, maybe sometime in the future, some aspiring reviewer maybe sees a video and they're like, oh, this makes sense, actually. I should remember this when I'm filming to make sure that I keep an open mind, right? I feel like the more people that call out the behavior and call out the people who act like that, hopefully it creates like a chain effect down the line where we get more people in the future who are more open to discussions and to other opinions as well. Or, you know, Twitter can just keep being Twitter. You know, I don't mind being part, like, one domino in the domino effect. That's fine. But I don't want to perpetuate the already, like, shitty atmosphere that a lot of social media has nowadays. It's just not my vibes. I think if people were more open to, like, genuine discussion, we'd get somewhere. Probably won't see it for some time, but it is what it is. When we finally do get there, it'll be nice. Which, speaking of thoughtful discussions, we are nearing art fight season, folks. I will say, at some point later in this month, I will most likely be posting about looking for mods for the art fight season. Probably nothing too crazy, maybe just 1 or 2 mods, just to, you know, keep an eye on the YouTube stream when Modman isn't available, because he can't keep an eye on the ones that happen during the weekdays, because he has work, obviously. So I will be posting about that later down the line. I just want to make sure I have everything correct because, you know, I've seen weird stuff that can happen with mods and things like that. So I just want to make sure I do it right so that way both the mod and myself are protected in case anything were to go wrong. You know, I might be a little paranoid, but I'd rather be paranoid than sorry, you know? So I want to make sure that, you know, all the permissions are set up correctly before I start putting out, like, forms and stuff for people to fill out and let me know. I will say there is going to be an age block, so I know a lot of people set it up that their mods have to be at least 16, but I think I might set mine up to be a minimum of 18. Just because I don't want to subject a teenager to that. You know? I don't know, we'll see. I just don't feel right leaving that much responsibility in the hands of a 16-year-old. I can't do it. My conscience won't let me do it. Especially because some of the wild stuff that was being said last year, like, I can't do that. Ches, I'm gonna be their sensei. I'm the one teaching them. That's the whole point. I'm the sensei. But yeah, there should be a form or something, or I'll put out a post about it in the Discord later on in the month. Just so we do have that for art fight, just because I don't know what to expect for this coming year. But we're learning from last year. Last year was something. I'll be talking about it in the art fight guide. It'll be its own section on art fight etiquette and stuff like that, because like it was too much not to talk about. Ches, what did I just say? I can't leave that to someone younger than 18. Like, we can't do that, bro. We can't. At the end of the day, it's my responsibility, okay? Because, like, if someone comes back into the chat and starts talking about their fetish, I gotta shut that shit down, okay? We can't have that again. We can't do that again. I don't want to ever do that again. That was crazy. I'm still shocked that it happened. It's insane. My husband forgot that happened. I had to remind him. I was like, we were walking the dog and talking about it, and I was talking about art fight, and I was just like, yeah, crazy stuff happened last year, and I can't, and he's like, what crazy stuff? And I'm like, oh honey, you forgot. But yeah, it was insane. It was crazy. I never want that to happen again, just because of how awkward it was. Oh my goodness. I say 2, Cynthia, because it depends on availability, right? If I have one person, if I have like, let's say a very limited amount of candidates, right? And most of them are available on like specific days, while I have another person who's available on the days that those people cannot cover, then worst case scenario, I would need 2 mods to be able to have a mod for covering those streams. Because remember, I stream multiple times a week during Art Fight. Like, I think the most I streamed during Art Fight, I think was like 4 times in a week. And not even that, but it's also the times that they're available too. Because, keep in mind, several of the streams, I should say, lasted for at least like 9 to 10 hours. And until like almost 1 or 2 in the morning. So there might be some mods who are available for like say 3 to 4 hours. There might be some who are down for the later hours in the night. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. Not only the time and the days they're available, but how frequent it is. So, you know, worst case scenario, I might need multiple mods to cover those days that, you know, some people can't cover. Oh yeah, we don't want that happening again. There was too many angry arguments, man. Too much for my blood. We're here for a happy, silly time. Listen, Shadowbean, if you're down for it, whenever I put in the form, fill it in and I'll take a look. I'll also be having Modman review them with me just to make sure everything's nice and good. Just to make sure I don't, like, forget anything. He wants the red to be brighter. Your first test is mod. Are you able to mute Ches? Your first trial. Mute the Ches. Yeah, if you guys are down for it, feel free to fill out the form whenever I put them out. I'll take a look at them and then we you know, we figure out things from there. I just gotta make sure I set up the proper questions and make sure I put the right ones down. So I'm gonna be having Modman review the form before I put it out.
Whoops.
Would your mods be paid? It would be a volunteer position. Because your girl doesn't make that much from YouTube right now. I think the first thing I would do is probably hire an editor so we can get more clips on the channel. Just because your girl also needs to post more. But it would be a volunteer position. I think, though, don't quote me on this yet. This is just a thing that I'm thinking about because I do feel bad that it has to be a volunteer position. So I'm thinking that probably at the end of the season, I might try to come up with something as a thank you to the mods. And then from there, we can also figure out if we want to keep having mods after the art fight season. We'll see. But for now, I do want to do something at the end of the art fight season as a thank you for the mods. I don't know what it is yet. But I know I want to do something. So I'll figure it out. But I would like to show my appreciation at the end of the season because it's gonna be quite hectic. And if anyone's going to be staying up till like 2 a.m. because your girl doesn't sleep during art fight, you know. There's too many. Why are they so jagged? There's so many jagged lines. I love it when I have to do this. Cynthia, I think that only shows up during specific streams. I don't think that shows up for like every stream. Ooh, I should probably make a Discord role for that too, huh? Yeah, I've got a lot of setup to do. Hi!
Hi.
How you doing?
I think I've done it.
What you've done?
I think I'm happy with it.
Huh?
I'm happy.
Oh, your deck? Let me
Yes.
see, let me see.
What? Ball toys.
Oh, you put those as proxies for the ball toy?
Which, by the way, you had one Velacanth.
Huh?
There was a Velacanth in your bulk. The fish Pokemon?
Oh yeah, I think that was the one I picked up for you, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if I had it or not. We're not doing Subnautica 2, Ches! You didn't put together the ones that were the same copy?
I was just testing out the deck.
Oh! Did you like how it tested?
Yes.
Run me through this. What's the strat?
Okay.
So Modman's gonna talk about his new Pokemon deck that he just built. Tell them about your deck, honey.
Yeah, so big guy, Tyrantrum, is the main guy here, right? And so Tyrantrum.
Yeah, you gotta tell them what Tyrantrum does. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They can't see your card.
Tyrantrum is like a big, beefy boy.
He's a fighting type with how much HP?
180. However, it gets 150 more, so almost doubles if it has special energy on it. And then it just wreaks havoc. So it does 160 damage against creature and other Pokemon, and it's a 1-drop. So the one prizer, my bad. Pokemon and fucking Magic slipping in together here.
So basically, Tyrantrum is the big focus of his deck, and Tyrantrum is a giant, like, dinosaur Pokemon. It's a fossil Pokemon, so when you're trying to get it out on the field, you actually need to put down its fossil first. So he's a little hard to get out, unless you have cards that specifically find items, or you get lucky enough to get a few of those fossils to go into your hand. And then Tyrunt evolves from that fossil, and then Tyrantrum evolves from Tyrunt.
There's so much card draw on this too.
Huh?
I wasn't expecting it, but I was like, oh yeah. So, quotation marks, my Pokemon would die on the 2nd or 3rd turn. Pheasantipity, Lunastone. Lunatone. That was 6 cards in my hand just from those 2. So, yeah. And then... So
he's so excited. I love this.
The way, like, I tested it out. It was like, I had Lilies. Okay, Lilies. 8 cards.
Yes.
And then Pheasantipity was one of the cards. Pheasantipity
Lets you draw extra cards when your Pokemon's knocked out, by the way.
I drew 3 more cards. I had an Energy, a Solrock, and a Lunatone. Mm-hmm. Drew 3 more cards. It was great. I was like... I thinned my deck out a little too much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got the tism excitement.
Listen here, boy.
See, my husband, when he gets very excited when he builds a deck and something clicks for him, right? It mostly happens with Magic when he figures out a combo and he's like, oh. But I'm so glad to see it with Pokemon, because he was getting very frustrated with how this deck was working out, because it wasn't really clicking for him. I think he's found it, though.
Max Rod might not be the play.
What would you switch it out for? Do you want the trolley?
I just don't really know what I would switch it out. Excuse me, what I would switch it out for. The biggest problem is what?
Oh God, not an unfair stamp, right? Shit, we gotta get another unfair stamp.
Anything with an unfair stamp is good. Like,
yeah.
you can put an unfair stamp in any deck.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you can't figure anything else out, it would kind of have to be an unfair stamp, you know? Which, for those of you unfamiliar with unfair stamp, it's
literally unfair.
It's a fucked card. It basically makes it that your opponent forces you to shuffle your hand back into your deck. And you draw, 2 cards? And your opponent gets to draw 5? It's fucked. I got hit with, like, my last Pokemon Standard that I played in, because I haven't played in a bit because I haven't had the time for it and I need to fix up my decks. But the last Pokemon Standard night that I played in to get some packs, I got hit with the unfair stamp. And I got completely fucked. I had a game plan and everything, and it just got derailed. And that slight chance of victory that I cultivated for myself, God, I immediately lost. Because I didn't have any of the cards I needed. And I had only 2 cards. I was so mad. I was so upset. What do you think of the boys so far, by the way?
I love it.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh my God! I forgot about my notifications. Yeah, what do you think so far? Is this bright enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Picasso.
Yeah, I added some gold trimmings onto here because this was blending too much with the actual horn. Yeah, I'm still on the headdress. Hold on. I need to speed this up.
Olive Garden? I feel that.
I feel bad because we got into a little bit of an argument over Olive Garden during a car ride once. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, the fact that you just hated me the whole time. I was
No!
I just want to try some Olive Garden because it's been a while, and you know I know it's ass, but like sometimes I just want the goofy ass breadsticks and a little bit of Alfredo sauce to dip it in. Okay. And she wouldn't give me an answer if she was okay with that or not.
No, that's not what happened. We rock, paper, scissored for Olive Garden or another restaurant, and I lost.
Yes.
So it was Olive Garden.
And then I asked her, okay, babe, but seriously, if we go to Olive Garden, are you even gonna eat? And she didn't give me an answer.
Yes, I did. I said I would, and you're like, no, you look upset.
You did look upset.
Yeah. Because you kept asking me. Because for context, chat, I don't like Olive Garden. Mainly because the pasta is ass. But that's only because I've had better pasta. Like, say, the pasta my husband cooks for me. So to me, Olive Garden is just a massive downgrade of pasta. Now, this isn't to say that I wouldn't eat Olive Garden if my husband wanted Olive Garden. Okay? I told him this. I literally said, honey, I do not mind going to Olive Garden. I lost the rock, paper, scissors, and I will honor that. We didn't end up going to Olive Garden.
She was so upset that we were gonna go to Olive Garden. I just was like, I can't take you to
I was
Olive
upset
Garden.
because you kept asking me. You kept asking, I was like, honey, it's fine.
She didn't want to go.
Okay, and I told you I would still honor it.
I'm not
That's
gonna
the pact
take
of the rock, paper, scissors.
I'm not gonna take you to some place that you don't want to go.
I don't. You should, because then you would eat more Indian food.
You're right. You know what? 100% you're right. You know what? Tonight I'm making Indian food.
Do you even have any?
I'll go to the store right now.
Oh my gosh.
Don't tempt me. You have no idea. I will just go to the store and grab everything I need to make butter chicken.
Oh my goodness. I literally told him several times, because so many times we've been like, man, we don't want to cook. Let's order something on Uber Eats. And he's always looking at an Indian restaurant, and he's like, man, if only my wife liked Indian food. And I'm like, you can order it.
But if I order it, what are you eating? You're not going to eat jack shit.
I'll find something.
Find what?
I don't know.
I'm ordering Indian. You're not gonna eat anything from that menu.
They could have something I can eat.
Yeah.
You never know, because we've never looked at it.
Chicken tenders and
If
fries.
they have it, then we'll do it.
I'm not ordering chicken tenders and fries from a fucking
You're not
Indian
ordering it.
restaurant.
I am. You're ordering the actual stuff.
It's not bright enough.
What?
The feathers.
Yeah, fuck you. You just said they were. You're just being spiteful.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. You autistic children. Stop eating just chicken tenders and fries. There's so much more and so much more better food out there. Expand your taste buds.
Why do I hear my fear?
God! There's better fucking food out there than chicken tenders and fries. Don't get me wrong. I love chicken tenders and fries. Some hot chicken. Woo! We just had some today. That shit's great. However, fuck, bro.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Dinosaur nuggies. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I'm down, chat. My tummy hurts. Oh my goodness. I think if you tried authentic Indian home cooking. The thing is, I've tried Indian food, I think, what, twice for you?
Maybe. I don't even remember the last time you tried.
I think it was twice I've tried Indian food. It's just that the curry, I don't know what it is about the curry. I just don't like that specific curry.
You don't like any curry. You don't even like Japanese curry.
Have we tried Japanese curry?
Yes, we have. You don't like
never mind.
Japanese curry.
I guess I just don't like curry.
You just don't like spices in your food. You are literally England. You have all the spices in the world in my kitchen, and you don't try any of them.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I've used spices in my habichuela.
Salt and pepper.
Not just salt and pepper. Don't you besmirch my mother's cooking. I use sazon.
God.
But I don't know what it is about curry, but I just don't like those blends of spices, I guess. Or I don't know. I tried it. I wanted to like it so bad because this man loves Indian food.
I
like,
do. Oh.
I wanted to like it so bad, but it's just not my thing.
The best food comes from Asia. Literally all of Asia.
I can agree to that. I love me a good ass ramen, but I can never finish my ramen. He's coming together.
Very nice. Also, Ches, you get tummy aches because you don't try good food. So whenever something good hits your fucking mouth, you start to convulse because you can't understand how food can taste that good. And so it's like having a seizure of just pleasure of food. Just
okay. Shadowbean, we have something better. We have a clip channel. You can clip that, and he has to live with that forever. I don't even know what that was, honey. Neither does chat. Ay, ay, ay. Look at him, he's a lad!
Pretty sure there's just a button that says clip, and it's like right underneath the YouTube thing.
Is the button...
That's stuff for you, love.
Good enough. I can see that on my end. I'm pretty sure for you guys it should be a button. Next to all the other options.
Fuck! Where's my phone?
I don't know if it's a... Oh, there he goes. I don't know if it's available during the stream. It should be, actually. I don't know. I definitely know that after the stream, it should show up. I don't know if it's there during the stream. I guess that's what he's going to check out. Alright, I have to put the pattern. A light gray on the lower robes, but it's a gold trim on the higher robes. I think we can figure that out. That's fine. God damn it. Okay. Select. Color. This one. I want that one. Okay,
You
cool.
can't clip.
Huh? I think it's after the stream is done. I think only Twitch does it during the stream.
Reasons why it's better.
Not entirely, but...
Yeah, if you say so.
It's better for gaming streams, I would definitely say. Didn't YouTube take away clips? You should be able to still clip stuff, because I was able to clip stuff, like, last time. You should be able to see it on the older streams, I think. It might pop up. Hold on. Do. Let me click this one.
Why would you do that to me?
Live chat play. Oh, did they integrate it into the share button? I'm confused. No.
Yeah, you can't clip anyone.
I'm confused. When did they change that? Huh.
I was sure you can clip stuff as well. You know, it might be because of the, like people were clipping things and then reposting them. So that might be a thing. Why?
It must have happened in the last month or so then, because I remember I made a clip.
Well, you can
No,
still
but
make
like after
clips.
the stream, like watching it as a normal viewer,
Hey.
not my thing. That's weird.
You know, there's this thing called Google. And I'll Google it just for you.
Nah, you're not crazy, Kiwi.
Wait.
YouTube's doing some weird shit, I see. That ruins my plans for Pride Month, actually. I don't know if I told you this yesterday, honey, but during stream I had the idea that during Pride Month I should put on a funny little clip contest of where chat gathers my gayest clips.
You know, speaking about gay.
Okay, pause. Why are you starting a sentence like that?
I was just standing here. Just like, you know, being me. And I was just really looking at the wall of all your posters.
Yeah.
And it, like, really dawns on me and, like, makes me question, are you sure you're not gay? Because the amount of just, like, half-naked woman on your wall.
Okay, don't say it like that. What? Half naked? That is false. That is literally false.
That is Brazilian Miku.
That's Brazilian Miku.
In a bathing suit.
Okay. The rest of them are clothed.
That is Bunny's suit to be.
She's clothed. She's got tights.
It's a bunny suit.
She's clothed. That's clothes.
That's basically falling out.
No.
Yes.
No.
That is the biggest side shot I've ever seen.
No.
One wrong bounce and those are gone.
You are making this sound so out of context. I don't want to have to send chat a picture just to make sure that I don't have. Ah! I don't want to send images proving my innocence because of you. Leave me alone.
You sure you're not gay?
Do I not give you enough kisses? Is this why you're asking this?
You give me plenty, but that doesn't change the fact that I can be a front and you actually just...
You think this is a lavender marriage?
Is that what it's called? A lavender marriage?
That's when a gay man and a lesbian get married to cover for each other.
Oh. Am I gay for the homies?
I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself when y'all are playing Magic. You know? The tension gets a little too palpable in the room.
Now that I'm really staring at the posters on your wall, what the fuck?
What?
That is crooked as fuck.
Which one? Wait, which one?
The Run Away Together poster. That thing's crooked as hell.
I tried.
Tried?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see your eyes real quick.
Stop.
I need to see if they're crooked.
Stop. Don't be mean to me.
It's really bad.
I tried.
Innocent.
Chat, please.
You're on it.
Chat.
I've got the proof
He's
right
making
here.
it sound worse than it is.
I'm staring at it right in the face.
Mister, you have a pile of big titty stickers. Right there.
Hey.
Right there.
There,
right there.
Should I show them your sticker binder?
It's not as bad as that.
It is just as bad
No,
as
it's
that.
not. I have other stickers.
Let me get it. Where is it? You're gonna make me look. Mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember I was
I saw the
looking at
light blue
inserts?
one downstairs and I was couldn't find it. I just thought that one was mine. Just sticker binder.
You don't even know where to look.
No, you're right. Because this thing became a fucking maze ever since I fucking left.
It's really not.
Oh wow! The first page I opened.
Uh-huh.
It's literally 2B ripping off her fucking swimsuits.
Nuh-uh. It's a pinup. You make it sound so unelegant, but these are pinups. There's an important distinction. From Nair Automata? Yeah. See, chat, he's making fun of me, but he's no better. Mind you.
I'm a man.
Okay?
I'm no better than no other man.
Uh-huh.
And apparently neither are you.
My husband's trying to call me out on stream is what's happening. He's trying to out me before Pride Month is crazy.
I'll out you during Pride Month too. You're not safe. Do not worry. There will be more. I'm literally just gonna call you out every stream. Oh, drawing more of your crushes during Pride Month? Got you.
I feel like this is a sign I need to give him more kisses, chat. I feel a little... I don't know. I feel like I'm being accused of not giving him enough kisses. If he's doubting himself. That's crazy.
I'm not doubting myself. However, you're gay. And
no.
you just
I'm not.
haven't come to realize it.
Honey, I'm pan. You already knew this.
Yeah. Except, I don't know. I think you just might be gay. And that's it.
No.
Oh yeah, we don't want to talk with the Slay the Princess streams. Oh, I know all about the Slay the Princess streams.
It's funny you bring those up when we've played Date Everything, Kiwi.
That too.
Yeah. Those are fun. That game was a lot of fun. I feel like poor chat with their eardrums, though.
Question.
What?
How long have you been doing this
Not too much longer. I'm trying to finish up the robes here.
So it's possible that I can play a round or two of Pokemon.
Yeah. Do you want to do it on TCG Live, or do you want to do it with one of my decks downstairs?
You want to do it on TCG Live?
You can if you wanna go up against, you know, non-grass decks.
I'll go against your grass deck. I don't care.
Are you sure?
It's just to see how it plays. I don't care about
What's the weakness?
grass.
Okay.
Build your grass deck. I don't care.
Okay. I'm just saying, there's gonna be a stark difference. I'm more curious of how it's gonna go against a Mega Lucario and a Dragapult, because that's what we're gonna be mainly seeing.
Is that what you see a lot in the,
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot, but apparently some new decks have popped up in the meta. Apparently there's a new Honchkrow deck. I have not seen what it looks like. I don't know what it entails, and I'm a little scared of it. Because it made it to the top of regionals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I'm a little scared. Discord dog! We're gonna have a Discord dog? Yippee! I love seeing pet pictures. I gotta start posting, like, pet pictures in the Discord, too, because, like, our dog, oh my gosh. Chat, he keeps going up the stairs when he shouldn't.
Yeah, you want to tell them about that one?
He scared the shit out of me yesterday. Not yet. Yesterday? Yeah, Friday, yesterday, during stream. So, for context, for those of you who are not familiar, we have a big old German Shepherd grandpa baby dog. He's... How old is he? Honey?
He should be 8.
Yeah, he's an old man. And he's got... That's not a dog! What is that? Oh, I'm so sorry, Chad. That was like literally like next to me. What is that? Shadowbean. Shadowbean, what is that? That's not a dog. That's not a dog. I don't know what that is. Oh my god, from that angle, what does that look like? That looks... That's my dog, I swear! Oh my gosh, from that angle, that... I don't even know what to describe that as. But that for certain is not a dog. That's a creature. That's such a funny picture. I feel like you could turn that into a meme, Shadowbean. I feel like you can wholeheartedly turn that into a meme.
Wait, why are there two different fucking Pokemon?
Huh?
TCG Live, TCG Pocket?
You want TCG Live? TCG Pocket has different rules. It's like basically a mini version of the regular TCG. Because TCG Pocket lets you pull packs. That's not like regular Pokemon packs. So they're like different cards and stuff. So it has its own meta. So it's basically literally a pocket version of the TCG. Do you want to scan the code cards?
For TCG Live?
Yeah. Because you'll need some of these so that way you have cards to build your deck with. I don't know how many points they're gonna give you. You sent a normal picture. Let me see. Let me see this. Okay, there we go. That's a dog. That's a dog. And with the underbite, that's a dog. Where was I? Oh, right. So during yesterday's stream, this old man with a broken back, he's not allowed to go up the stairs because he has a broken back. His leggies are not what they used to be, right? But he continues to try to prove that against us every single day, because he has been recently, in the past like 2 or 3 weeks, he has been going up the stairs when he shouldn't, moving the gates that we put up to keep him from going up the stairs, and everything. And we're like, why? Why do you do this? And yesterday, before I streamed, I was working on this guy, right? I was working on the kobold. And I was having a jolly old time. I was jamming out to some music. And I was in it. I was in the zone. And then all of a sudden, I see a little white, like, moving thing in the corner of my eyeball, and I nearly, like, shat out my heart. And I looked, and I was like, why are you up here? Like, oh my goodness. I thought I was going to die. I did not know what that was moving in the corner of my eyeball, but I knew, like, I was alone until I wasn't alone. And then I turned and I'm like, why are you here? Why are you up here? You should be downstairs. And then he ended up staying with me for the rest of the day until Papa here came home to take him. Because, oh my goodness. Hmm?
Pokemon Trainer Central?
That's the thingy that gives you your Pokemon ID, so you already have one. You got her for free because of her underbite is crazy. You know, better for that dog. I bet that dog is enjoying life right now. I bet that dog is having a grand old time. Honey, did you hear that?
What?
Shadowbean's dog was supposed to be a breeding dog, but then she started getting the underbite, so Shadowbean got her for free.
That's funny.
Alright, now you just need to line it up with the gold. Ooh, I'm so excited for you, honey. It's turning out so good. It's just a little guy. You have to use the forgot my password.
That's the thing.
You literally had to use this, like, what, the pre-release we went to prior? For
I
Perfect
never
Order?
logged in. They just grabbed my thing.
Oh, they already had it? Still haven't found it. I gotta stop laughing like that. That's just gonna mess up my throat. It's gonna mess up my voice. My first reaction is losing.
What's my password? I guess I don't fucking know my password.
You know what? That'll suffice. That's fine. Shadowbeam, please don't give yourself a tummy ache. Oh my goodness. I almost gave myself a tummy ache today. I was like, I have to stop.
I'm finally in. Woo! Oh god. It only took me 80 years. Fuck, I gotta go through the whole tutorial.
I'm having a grand old time. I'm having a great time.
Dude, why did they make you look so ugly? Holy shit.
What?
Oh, what the hell is that, boy? What the hell?
Oh, yeah, the little
eyes are fucking wide.
Yeah, that's just the models. Oh, which by the way, you gotta remind me for the next dragon I paint. I gotta record that because I promised chat I would do a model painting video.
Model painting?
Mm-hmm. I forgot to record my apple tree dragon that I was working on. It's almost done. I can't wait to post it in the Discord because it looks so nice. I'm so happy with how it's turning out. Honey, are there specific symbols in Ixalan I should know should be on these medallions around his neck?
You see pant lasses?
I have not.
To your right. To your right. To your right. Look up. To your right. Shift look. You have it on your corkboard.
Oh! You should have just said that. I was like, where the fuck am I looking? Or do you want the symbols on his little medallions to be his spell colors? If he was a magic card, would he be a 3-color card?
It would be Naya.
I haven't memorized those.
The ones before. The ones for Pantlaza.
Okay. So do you want this to be the sun, tree, and red? Or do you want this?
I thought you were gonna make those amethysts, honestly.
What?
Not amethysts, ambers. They're supposed to be like little amber pieces.
Well, I can make these the amber pieces instead. I just made these the colors I did because I tried to make these the colors on the back of a magic card. Since he's already wearing white and black. So I wanted to put red, green, and blue.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I can change it if you want.
Yeah. Good.
Do you want Amber in this design? Because he rolled for, what was it, an Amber treasure chest or something? Is a storage box that's made of amber?
Yeah, something like that.
It was something made of amber. Grab this. Lighten it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Fire one's gonna hurt. Okay, do me a favor. Pass me these pins.
Which pins?
The
Ooh.
florist and the fire one.
You know these are Bloomberg pins, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we definitely have the Moonbro booth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to look at them so that way I have a thing to work off of.
Ugh.
You laying down on the ground.
Yeah, my back hurts.
Aw. You want me to rub your back later?
Yes.
That was such a delayed response.
Sorry.
It's a little lopsided, so we're gonna move these so it's a bit more centered. There we go. And then for this one. There we go. Yeah, it's because I'm uber focused. I'm trying to make sure I get these little details right. And my husband's on the floor. Pardon me. Thank you. It's gotta be the same way for, hold on. It's gotta be the same thing for everybody, you know, just to make it fair. That, and also it'd be easier to prepare, if that makes sense.
What happened?
So earlier I was talking with chat about how later in the month I'm gonna release a forum to have some like mods for Art Fight, because you won't be available for all of the streams.
Yeah.
And we saw how last year went.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to be looking for volunteer mods during the month of Art Fight, because it's going to get a little crazy. So I'm just making sure that I get everything all set up. And then I was saying how at some point I want to figure out something as a thank you for the mods after Art Fight is over, because I know it's going to be a little crazy. That, and also it's going to be a... Yeah. And also because it's going to be a volunteer role, because I can't you know, pay mods right now. At some point in the future, I would love to get there, though. But, you know, because hopefully it doesn't get as little crazy like it was last year, but you never know. Shadow being an art trade isn't a gift of gratitude though, it's an art trade. That's art fight. That's literally art fight. How's the tutorial going, hun?
Fine. You already fucked up.
Eh?
I didn't attack. Oh, I couldn't attack. Never mind. I went first. I just got judged. I keep on.
Shadowbean, I would be doing something because, like, the mods would be doing something for me for an entire month. So it's literally the least I could do, you know what I mean? If you are a mod keeping down the peace during the entire month, you shouldn't feel bad if I set up something for you, because I feel grateful that you held down the fort. So that way I could focus on being funny silly, you know?
No. Wait.
What did you do? What happened?
Got Colossus ordered.
Ooh, get wrecked. I love you. Did you ever place in that card order?
No.
Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. He's turning out so good. I love this. And I don't draw kobolds. That shit's hard, by the way, chat. Drawing kobolds? Oh my gosh. I've only drawn one other kobold, and it was more of like a humanoid kobold, you know? This guy's creature. This guy's just straight up creature. So it's really hard figuring out specifically the face. Oh my gosh. I looked at so many references and tutorials of other people going, hey, if you don't know how to draw a kobold, here's how you can draw a kobold. I had to look up so many of those. So many. Hello, Ethan Contreras? Hello, welcome to the stream. What about merch? We'll see. We'll see. We're not even there yet, Shadowbean. I haven't even put out the form. You're just gonna have to leave it to a surprise, you know? Are you good, honey?
I fucked up.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
Yeah, it says you may, and I don't want to anymore. So can I not?
If the buttons let you not, then you will not.
You may attach any basic energy cards to your bench Pokemon.
You,
I decide not to, so...
yeah, there should be.
I fucked up and placed it on the wrong Pokemon! Dude, I'm getting tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
This man's struggling. What are you drawing? I am currently working on a D&D character for my husband. He's a little kobold. But yeah, I can't go too much into the thing it's gonna be used for because, you know, y'all might be seeing it, not sure yet. So just in case, we're gonna keep it a little surprise until later. God, that fucking headdress is so big. Oh my god. Yes, the anxiety daydreams. I know those all too well. I have those for making me think that I got to work late and then I wake up like 3 hours before my shift. And I'm like, well, I guess it's time to go to work. I developed a very bad habit into going into everything early. Because I'm too scared of being late. Alright, honey, you might want to get up on your toesies so I can show you this. It's not done, because I still have to do the shading and some little touch-ups here and there. And I think once the shading is done, the headdress will really pop. But...
oh, I fucked up. I fucked. Ah! Ah!
He's such a silly little creature. Look at him, chat. Look at him! Chat, is this a creature or what? He's just a little guy. A creature feature featuring the creature. Oh, lots of burps. I have to wait for this man to finish his match.
Energy from any Pokemon?
Oh no, he's discovered something.
Yo.
Oh no, he's discovered something. I don't know if I should be afraid or not, chat.
Mega Charizard's kind of broken.
Not anymore.
Okay. You're probably right, but like, that's kind of.
He's pretty good. They're still like top decks, but he's not as good now that the meta's changed. Considering a lot of water type Pokemon have come up, like Greninja.
Good enough. Math for blockers. Oh, God. Okay.
Math is for blockers. It's crazy. It's true, but
Thank Christ.
nice. What you think?
I don't like it.
Are you being silly or are you being for real? I can't tell with you, so you best fess up, boy.
I do like it, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seal approval overall.
No, it needs to be brighter.
Your life is in danger.
My life is in danger.
I'm going to squish you.
Welcome to Chaos Rising Battle Pass.
Chat, the other night when I was having him help
Fortnite
me
Battle
pick out
Pass.
colors for the Cobalt, because we were trying to figure out his
shit.
scale colors, right? We were trying to figure out his scale colors. Because initially, he was supposed to be a red Cobalt. But then we decided not to do red. Because, why did you not want him to be red, hun?
Red is for basic bitches.
Red is for basic bitches, apparently. Even though red's my favorite color. You bitch. But, yeah, he just didn't want it to be red. So we were going through colors, and I set up some color palettes for him, right? And he looks at the color palettes, and he's like, these are too dark. And I was like, okay, cool. Can you use the magic wand to highlight the area so we can go through some colors, right? So he goes out with some colors, takes the pen tool, and goes over with the most saturated colors I've ever seen. I love my husband, Chad. I love my husband. I love you so much. Those colors had to change. The product you see now was from me fixing those saturated colors so that way they actually looked cohesive with the whole piece. Because I told him, you know he's gonna have clothes on, right? Clothes with other colors. You know, color theory is a funny little thing where you can still have bright colors without having max saturation. So, I had to fix that. But it gave me a better idea of what direction to go for, so we went for a blue Cobalt. He's just a little guy. And yeah, I think he turned out pretty good. I still need to shade him and stuff, but we're gonna save that for another time. Especially because this stream has gone on a little longer than I anticipated, mainly because I got way too into storytelling. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Next stream, what is it, Saturday? Next gaming stream should be Wednesday, as normal. Wednesday and Friday on Twitch. The Saturday one is going to be moved, for those of you who were not here when I brought it up earlier. We're going to be seeing the Amazing Digital Circus final episode on Saturday. So we're going to move stream. I don't know what day to move stream yet. We shall see. It might be either Friday or Sunday. We'll see. If it's Friday, then it might be on Twitch, or I might move it to YouTube. We'll see. But it's going to move to a different day. So we're not going to remove the art stream entirely. It's just going to be moved to a different day. The announcement will be on Discord and in the YouTube community posts, so just keep an eye on those. to be notified for when the art stream is rescheduled. Just keep in mind it's gonna get moved, so it won't be on Saturday. So I think that's about it. Oh, and then this week, yeah, this upcoming week, there should be a new video coming out on the Friday. That's going to hopefully be the art fight guide. So, I hope you guys are excited for that. If there's any specific questions for art fight that you want answered in the art fight guide, feel free to leave them in the Discord or in my art fight video. If it's in either of those, there's potential that's going to get answered in the art fight guide. I'm planning on covering a wide array of things. Mostly everything except the HTML stuff. For that, I will be putting together something for people who want to get into the HTML side of customizing their profiles. That's the only thing I'm not too well versed in. When you release the mod form, are you going to put it in the Discord? Yes, it's going to go up in the Discord and the YouTube community posts. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, aside from that, I think that just about covers it. I will see you guys for the next stream. Make sure you guys eat some good food, stay hydrated, and get some good sleep. Honey, anything you want to say? Okay. And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye!